Alright everybody, so here we are, and let's continue with this thing. And first of all, let me get the barrier connected. And as usual, I'm mainly here to just simply focus on the setup of WhatsApp. I'm not really sure how much I can do. Even I have to learn many things along the way. But overall, we can get the things started just right now. Like we can start working on the things. And for that thing mainly, I will be just simply opening that WhatsApp. Like we should be able to just get something or the other done too, right? And as for the timing is already decided. That is around 2 hours that I will be giving to one particular thing. So let me even set the timer right now. For continuously 2 hours, I will keep working on this, and then later I will be switching to something else. So this is gonna be the thing for 2 hours, and let's simply start it, stop it, name it SAP setup, because we actually have to get the things ultimately the setup ready. But that's not gonna be too much. Just one more thing is remaining, and after that things are fine, kind of fine, yeah. And okay, remaining things we will be just learning along the way. There are many things. It's not like, because I'm mainly using Turbo Repo over here. So when it comes to using Turbo Repo, so few things do not always go the same way, because of course I have to create some other folders over here for designing and all. I will not keep everything inside my apps, so it will be a little different from the normal projects and all. But okay, we'll try our level best to get it done, and that is gonna be done for sure. And as long as we have AI to guide us here in the best way possible, so we don't really need to worry about anything. Okay, let me get some of the things done right now, and that's gonna be first of all auto stop, so that my chats live is not gonna be stopped automatically. Another thing is that unfortunately I'll turn the chats off, because I just want to focus on the project as much as I can do for 2 hours, because I have limited time, and in that limited time I just want to give my all. Alright, so this much I have done. The next thing was to just I have already created with HTTP server, and inside that HTTP server I had my app.ts, and inside this I just had a route over here, and that route was just simply talking to the database. After talking to the database, that was just simply returning the response and all. Let's run it first of all and see whether everything's working correctly or not. Docker process status. First of all, I'll even have to check whether the particular database is running. Which database am I using over here? That's gonna be of course the local database, so I have to start that. So Docker yes, I would already have that process, so for all, and that is the Postgres DB if I'm not wrong. So Docker start and Postgres DB, just like this should be enough. Right now that started, so I should be able to start it, and in order to start it I will be running npm run dev, or I can even say npm dev. That should be enough, and it would simply start it. So I have two things over here. I have my web app and I have my HTTP server. Both of them are running right now. I don't really have any problem with that. I can go to localhost this particular thing, and I should be able to get the data and all from the server side. Of course there is no route, so I will be going to users just like this, and then I'm getting this particular response, and that is successful, users fetch successfully, and there are no users, so I'm not getting anything. The another step that would be how to use the same Prisma client in the WebSocket server side. Again, inside WebSocket server side I don't really have anything. So first of all, let's create a ts config.json file, and once this file is created, but even before that, before even I do this, I will have to initialize npm. Will I have to do that? Yeah, I will have to initialize npm as well. So let's do one thing. Let's stop everything. cd into what? cd into servo, and after that I can say pnpm init, and what happens? Okay, that got generated. I just needed this file package.json, and right now I have that. Once I have this particular file, inside this I can even create a ts config.json JSON, and I will be able to just configure it over here. So I'm gonna be extending rather than creating the things on my own, and I will be extending what? @repo/TypeScript. Again, TypeScript configuration is already there, so I will just simply be extending that. So times TypeScript config/base.json, just like this. Apart from this particular thing, I will have some compiler options. Will I compile here? When it comes to, I already let me even have a look at this. The last time the project that I worked on, that was the Xcalidrop project. And have I pushed it to the GitHub? I have to even check that thing. GitHub. Of course, I will have to build the WebSocket server code as well. But before that, cohort projects. Okay, it's not here. I should be able to see that. Repositories, Brainly app, server actions code, raw app, tool deployment, Docker, BVM, testing, CI/CD, cohort projects, working projects. Well, things are not properly kept here. That's all right, not really a big problem. I can create one repository over here just for a quick reference, and that's gonna be xcalidra project. Later on, I will be working even on this one. For now, it will be xcalidra clone, just like this. Xcalidra clone, fine. Nothing else. I will be just simply creating the repository. And why am I doing this? Because I've kind of worked on with the same setup, so kind of I will be getting some of the reference from there, and I can get the things done really quickly. As simple as that. So I can click on this projects, and these are some of the files that I actually can I delete them. Delete all. I have to actually. I just today. Let me open with the terminal first of all. This. I actually recovered some of the files today, and because of that thing, those folders got created, and now I have to delete them. So remove ref recap. Come on. Recap dir, and that's gonna be 2 ls. Has that been deleted? No. So permission denied. Interesting. It's okay, I'll be getting it done later. These files got created automatically when I recovered the particular drive, and that things that got deleted, and then I have to delete them. So I will be taking care of it soon. Right now the main focus is not gonna be on that, rather the main focus is gonna be on the projects. And in here I had that particular project, xcalidra project, maybe on week 22. Sketchhydra, xcalidra, made by me. Draw app. I think this is the one that I was working with, not really sure, but let's check this thing out. Is this even complete? Yes, I trust the author. Alrighty, kind of the same thing I've been using over here as well, and inside my DB I've been even building it inside this DB pencil and all. That's okay, fine. And but the most important thing is inside this I have my, I think this is the one. I have my WebSocket server and WebSocket backend, WebSocket pencil. Which one am I using at the end of the day? Even that's not clear. Let's check the package.json, tsc build, and how about the WebSocket backend, package.json. Both of them have the same command. Interesting. So WebSocket is here, WebSocket pencil is here. Pencil is not being used, rather WebSocket is only only one that's being used right now. So ultimately I do need to just build it on the go. So I can even do one thing. Let's keep it here. If I need any reference from here, I will be coming back here and I will be just taking the reference and all, and kind of many things we have to create. What exactly I did here? First of all, WebSocket server is here, JWT token that will be needed, but I'm not gonna be going with this way. Then WSS WebSocket server 8080 listening. I'm creating this particular user, that's fine as well. If we really get stuck, then we will be going through the code and all. Right now we can take the help of that, of course, but we had better just give our all, right? So compiler options, and that's gonna be source dir, nothing like that exists. So root dir, and that's gonna be src. And apart from this particular thing, I'll have out dir. Out dir is gonna be dist, just like this. And apart from this particular thing, I will be including everything inside source. Not only that, just a sec. And when it comes to excluding, so I will be excluding node module first of all. Like whenever it actually gets compiled, at that time node modules should be excluded and dist folder should be excluded. That's it. So including means everything inside source should be included while compiling it, while building it, and node modules and dist, these things should be not included, excluded, as simple as that. So this particular thing is done. I'm not able to get that, so that simply means that I have to come here and just in here I'll have to have dev dependencies, and inside my dev dependencies I'll have @type not type @repo slash typescript config and workspace. Again, this project I will learn many things on the go. Again, many things are gonna be covered, so that's really a good thing. npm, not even npm, npm install will simply install the things, and once that's actually done, then I should be able to click on this particular thing and I should be able to redirect it. Okay, to be redirected, I mean that. Okay, close, even this one inside my WebSocket server. This is the WebSocket server that I'm working on. Inside this I will be creating a source folder. Inside this source folder I will have something called index.ts, and inside this I am gonna be actually creating the WebSocket server. The question is, how will you be creating the WebSocket server? So WebSocket npm package WebSocket server. This is gonna be like this. Let's see. First of all, we will need to install WebSocket from here. So let's simply install it first of all. In order to install that, I'm already inside WebSocket, right? ls npm add, and I will be adding WebSocket, this thing. So this thing is gonna be added. Apart from this particular thing, if I actually gonna initialize the WebSocket server, so what do I need to do? First of all, I need it for the server side, not for the client side. So this is gonna be server side example. I will have a better example just nearby. I don't have a what client example using. Okay, so this is the example of the server side client example. WebSocket require client. This is the example of the client side. Client on fail success. Okay, fine. Any server side example, server example, you will be getting WebSocket server from WebSocket server. Okay, then HTTP is going to be required. After that, create server. This is mainly for HTTP. I don't even need this actually. This is mainly for listening and all. I'm mainly worried about this WebSocket server, HTTP server, auto connections. Well, turns out there are many things, but there was a better way if I'm not wrong. Or maybe I'm going through the wrong things right now. WebSocket WS, WebSocket library. There was a package that I'm missing right now. npm install WS. I think that was WS or what? WebSocket. And port 8080. Blah blah blah. This is gonna be the example. Simple server, HTTP server. And this is what I actually needed to create. So yeah, kind of I'm gonna be using a WS, and I think in my another application I'm definitely using WS. So that was draw.db. If I go here at the top, so you will find me getting it from the WS. That simply means I have installed the wrong package right now. So let's do one thing. npm remove. I will be removing WebSocket. Okay, the command is wrong actually. So npm remove. I will simply be removing it. Can't remove WebSocket. No such dependency. WebSocket. Interesting. I'm already inside my. Oh come on. Sorry. Where am I working? Let's go here. npm remove web. Going to be removed. Alright, once it is removed, I actually need a WS, and that is this one. So if I want to use this, so I will have to install it, and for installing it I'm gonna be using this. So this is quite a used one, and if I talk about the first one that I went with, this is the one. This is not being used by many people, but again this is being used, so I could have gone through this one as well. And this WebSocket is gonna be for both, for the client side as well and server side as well, but I'm gonna be going with this WS. Okay, let's simply install it, and I'll simply say that npm add just WS should be enough for me right now. And just a sec, where am I? WhatsApp. Yeah, that's fine, I can run it. Alrighty, it is installed. Just after that I can go through the documentation of it, this WS over here, and I can just simply know the things. So first of all I had to install that, so I have already done that. What are they asking me to do? You have to install this. Okay, opt in for performance. I'm not worried about that as well. Then I have to create it. Okay, there are actually many things, but I'm not gonna be worried much about them. Overall thing is gonna be this, where you are actually sending and receiving the data. So server side, where is that? Simple server. I have to install WebSocket. Once the WebSocket is installed, I have to get the new client, a kind of instance from the WebSocket. Once I have that, I have to create a new connection. So let's do one thing. Let's keep them side by side and start working on them. So first of all, I have to import a WebSocket from WebSocket. So WebSocket. Turns out I don't have WebSocket, or what? Do I need to get the types of it as well? Let's see. pnpm add as a dev dependency @types/ws. I hope that's gonna be used as well. They are getting downloaded, so that should be fine. Right now, try to import. So import web. Yeah, now I'm getting that. So yeah, I needed the types as well. Once I have that, then I will be getting ws, not this one, rather this one. So const wss is gonna be new WebSocket, just like this, and from ws, and inside that I will be specifying the port, and that's gonna be 8080 by default. Having said that, I could have used the different port number as well, or WebSocket port. Okay, that's fine. Let's use the 8080. Apart from this particular thing, I can, once I have the instance, so I will be creating a connection. So wss.on, a connection is needed. Once the connection is ready, then I will be just I have a function over here. The function name can be anything. Let's name it connection right now. That's fine. I'm just simply going with the documentation. Once I got that, from there I will actually get a WS WebSocket connection instance. This is the overall global level connection kind of instance, and after that I get actually real connection. And once I have that, I will I get the socket over here. So this is the WebSocket connection, kind of global level, and then here I get the WebSocket connection, socket connection of the user and all. And why am I not able to move it like this? I'm able to do that. Apart from this particular thing, then I may have some kinds of error. So ws.on, if there is any error, in that case I will be just simply logging the error. So console error, I mean, is this gonna be fine? And what does this even do? If there is any error, as I'm simply saying that console static method outputs the message to the console error log level, so it does the job directly. That's fine. ws.on, if there's any message that I get, in that case what I have to do, again I will have a function, and that function name is gonna be message name. Again, that can be anything. I will be getting data. Once I got the data, clg, I will simply say that CEIVED received and percentage yes, and ultimately data will simply replace it with that. That's fine too. And apart from this particular thing, I have something like ws.send. This will be sent, and something. Again, I will be sending the data to the Postman side, so don't need to worry about that. Once these things got done, after that I will of course getting the data, and I will be sending. I'm logging this, and I'm gonna be sending something interesting. What I can actually do that once I actually get the data. First of all, connection is gonna be ready. Then I will be sending the message. Then the message going to be received here. Once the message actually got received, I will simply say that ws.send, and I will just simply be sending the data from here, as simple as that. So the data will be response, and just like this I will be sending the data in the response. Should be fine. Having said that, what is the problem with this? No overload. Argument raw data is not assignable to. This is gonna be kind of the raw data, so I will have to parse it. Most of the things are in the string format by default. So const parsed data is gonna be json.parse, just like this, and I will have to give it the data. Once I have the data, what is the problem again over here? Raw data is assignable to, the buffer is not assignable to type string. This is kind of buffer that is not assignable to string, so I'm not able to even parse that. In that case, what will I have to do? Simple thing. This is the buffer by default, right? So first of all, stringify it, so you can even convert it to the string format, just like this, and then it should be fine. And once this is actually fine, you will be just simply returning the parsed data from here. So parsed data is actually going to be returned, as simple as that. But before that, let's even check whether that's the same thing I'm doing in the draw app or not. So draw app is also one of the apps that I may be working later in the future. So over here, what I'm actually doing, connection, if there's any error, I'm just simply logging that thing and all. After that, even I can log it properly in a proper manner. That's fine. once I actually get the message just like this. Okay, kind of I'm giving it the making it I'm giving the type as well, so on the basis of that type it's gonna be getting ahead with the things. That's even fine. So either I can do like this, or because I'm gonna be using TypeScript over here, so I can give data directly over here, and as I'm using this, so I should be giving it some TypeScript thing and all. So it's actually gonna be like this, and right now I'm not getting any error. Alrighty, let's make it a bit better. In the sense, first of all, let's give it a custom logic. If there's any error, I will be getting the error. Once I got the error, so CLG error occurred during socket, or error occurred should be just enough, so just like this, and I will be just simply rendering the error over here. Apart from this particular thing, again, you do not need to use the things like this. You can even make it quite easy to understand in this format, so that you don't have to write a lot of code. This is quite easy to understand if I'm not wrong. Same thing you can do over here as well, and if it is actually needed to convert it to a real function, then this is the anonymous function. If it is needed to just convert it, I will be converting it. Just a minute, let me pick up the call. Alright everybody, I just got something important to do, so just got busy doing that. Kind of I had to just find the right route. I hope even that is right, but let's see what happens. I will be getting the call again if something goes wrong and all. Okay, but let's continue from here on. And so far things went like this, and let's even try this whether it is actually working, this particular WebSocket is working or not. And once all these things got done, so I'm even getting this WebSocket. Why do I have this? This is just the type, right? Am I using this type anywhere? WebSocket, a new WebSocket server, port 8080, this, everything's fine. As for this WebSocket, it's not quite needed right now. Maybe later, kind of I need it. The type of this WebSocket is gonna be that WebSocket only. So let's give it the type as well, because we are working with the TypeScript, so we had better keep the types in mind as well. And this thing is done. Let's try to run this particular WebSocket server and see if it actually works. And in order to run it, I'll actually have to build the things, and for building it I'm gonna be using my scripts. First of all, I'll have a build script, and for building it I will just simply say tsc and b. Again, b is not required here, so you can even skip this, but okay, never mind. And start is gonna be what? First of all, I will be starting, right? So start is gonna be mainly for production node, and that is already built, so I will be mainly starting it. So node dist slash what? Dist slash index.js, just like this. And then I will have my dev script, and I will just simply say not npm pnpm build first of all, and then pnpm dev. Pnpm start. This should be pretty much simple, easy peasy, and take it easy. I hope I've done it well. And where are the dependencies? I have these dependencies over here, dev dependencies. Okay, this is the only one dependency that I have, that is the WebSocket. Overall things should be fine, so let's simply start running it. So pnpm, and that's gonna be dev. But even before that, I need to just go out of this ls pnpm and dev, run it, and let's see what's gonna happen. Just a folder should be created, that is created right now. And my WebSocket server is running as well, but it is running on WebSocket server is running, that is right, and it is running on port 8080. So let's open Postman and see how it works. 8080, I have to just simply send a request, that's it. Oh, okay, so WebSocket connection, and that's gonna be on port 8080. And I will be just simply connecting it for now. And when it comes to connecting it, so it is connected, something I'm getting already over here. Why am I getting this something? Because I'm already sending it. So as soon as the connection is ready, so I'm just simply sending this particular thing from here. So that's actually a good thing. Apart from this particular thing, or I can say connection got established, just like this. So connection got established. So this particular thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, what else am I getting? They should be nearby each other, just like I can have it somewhere here. Okay, so that I can just hop easily. Let's disconnect it, connect it again, and I'm getting something because the server hasn't been started yet. I can just simply send a message from here, and I can say hi there. I will be just simply sending the message, and I'm getting hi there in my response as well. So kind of I'm able to send the message. I'm not getting the message in the response. Direct connection from WS, the connection actually got stopped. Okay, some error if I'm not wrong. ws.send response past data, I'm already sending the past data, should not be problematic, but let's see. Okay, what is the problem here? So unexpected token h, hi there is not your valid JSON. Hi there is not my valid JSON. I'm mainly supposed to send the valid JSON, that's fine. So what I can actually do, because I'm getting everything in the form of string, so I'm not even gonna be parsing it directly over here. If that was just a sec, what is the problem? String has no properties with mask identified. Should be fine. Let's try this thing out too. But before that, I'll have to just start everything again. Connect it. I'll have to wait. Alrighty. Even before that, I'm getting WS just send. What is the type of data over here? Interesting. CLG data. Can I type? Okay, I can do this. The only problem was that I was unable to send this, because when I'm sending this, everything needs to be converted into a string format. Interesting. So instead of doing this, can I do percentage yes this? And turns out I can't even do that. Okay, fine. In that case, can I just simply log this value? Is that even possible to be logged? Yeah, that's, I can log the value. So let's check the result of it, exactly what I'm getting over here. So I could just simply start it again. And again, I have my HTTP server on, both the servers are separated. HTTP server is running on its own. WebSocket server is running on its own. And this is kind of a good practice, that's why I'm going with this. Otherwise, you can just connect both of them together as well. Connect got established. Connection got established. The spelling is missing. So connection established. Even forget about this got. Connection established. Successfully, just like this. And let's send some text from here and see what happens. So let's send it from here. I sent it. I should be getting the response over here. So I'm simply getting hi there. But the thing is that I am sending, what is the type of this data? That is something I have to check. So CLG type of data that I'm actually getting over here. I even want to check the type. Again, bad thing, I'll have to restart the server. Don't know how many times I have to do. Connect it again. Connection established successfully. Send the message. Send successfully. Come here. Object type. Interesting. What can I do now? That is the object type, and that is why I was unable to send it over here. So what can I do to send it? Interesting question. If I actually want to send it in the response, so can I force it as a string just like this? Turns out it can't even be forced because that is an object. So this data thing, can I just simply send the data? I don't really think this is possible to do, but why not? Can't I even just try? And turns out I can try this. This is just gonna be an object, but I'm forcing it to be a string over here. Even then it is an object. If I just send it directly here, what will happen? Let's give it a try. Again, this is the bad thing working with this. Like, I have to restart it over and over. Is there any better way? The only better way can be ki I'm gonna be using nodemon here. So nodemon, what can be better way? When it comes to the development mode, there are few things. First of all, this pnpm build and this. So first of all, nodemon should be running this index.js over and over, but this file should be built over and over. Interesting. So what I can do, as long as development mode only, let's work with this thing. tsc build watch mode. I hope I'm doing it right. So it will be watching it, whatever changes takes place, it will be just simply building that. And after that, I'm gonna be using nodemon. And again, I don't have that, so I will have to install. And I hope I'm doing the right thing. Index.js. Nodemon will have the job of running it again and again. This watch will have the job of building it again and again. If there are any changes, will it work? God knows. pnpm. First of all, cd apps, and it should be coming back on track again. Alrighty, the network connection is good right now. I can just simply continue. pnpm add nodemon, but as a dev dependency, I will be adding it. So let's do that. That's gonna be added too. Once this is actually added, after that I have to just go 2 steps back, and then I have to run pnpm and dev. Let's see what happens. First of all, this WebSocket server is running. Just a sec. Things are being watched over here. So if there are any changes, that change is actually being watched. So it will be built up. It's just building. I cannot do 2 things at a time. I cannot build as well as run my file. That's problematic. So in that case, I'm gone actually. I'm trying to do 2 things, but it is watching, and because it is watching, my dev file is never running. So that simply means I have only one option. Let's try to do this. Let's try to connect it, and I'm simply be getting no connection established, mainly because it is just simply watching it. It is not able to run the file. Okay, anyway, any better way. Better way means what? You are building the same file and you are looking for a better way. Okay. Turns out I don't have any better way. I can use TSX, but okay, that's gonna be too much. So let's go with previous way only. Even if I have installed, I'll have to uninstall node 1 as well. So p and pm remove. I will be removing what? cd, first of all, WebSocket server, p and pm remove node 1 that I actually installed. Dependencies at the types npm WebSocket. Available dependencies at the repo TypeScript config can't install. Node mon. Don't I have that? I don't have that as a dev dependency. I don't have that either. In the main file package.json, I have my node, but I don't have my node mon. Oh, turns out that I don't really have that. That is insane. But I don't have that, then okay, that's not really even a problem. Okay, cd, few steps back, and p and pm, and that's just gonna be dev. It will be started, and once it is started, that's it. That particular file is running, and once that particular file is running, then I should be able to send the data, and then I will be passing the data at the end of the day. And once I'm actually sending the data, so this connect, send, and I'm getting hi there in the binary format. Wow. Okay, interesting. That is the response that I'm actually getting. First of all, I'm sending, then I'm getting, right? So that is in the binary format if I'm sending that, and that's the main problem. So if the data is actually in the binary format, so I should be able to parse it, right? So if I actually try to parse the data, const parsed data, and json.stringify. Can I just simply stringify it right now, and then I'm sending the data? I will be sending the parsed data. I'm just simply stringifying the binary data. Will I be able to do that? High probability I should be able to do that. I could have parsed the data, but that is not an object, so it's no use parsing that. So that is why I just simply stringified that, connected, send the this, and look, type buffer data this. I stringified it, and this kind of data I'm getting. Interesting. So parse it right now. So parse just like this, json.parse. I'm gonna be parsing it. Parse data is going to be sent, and let's see what I'm gonna be getting after parsing the data. So let's go back here, connect it again, send the message, disconnected WS, because that is not an object. So I cannot parse a data that is not an object itself, and that is a good thing. So any better way? If I want to get something and I want to send that thing again, I can't parse it, that is fine. That's the same thing I tried to do earlier. I'm just simply getting the data, and the data type is not a string, so I can just simply stringify it. But will this stringifying will work? Data. This data is the binary format. I'll have to make a Google search if it doesn't work, but let's give it some more tries. Why not? Just a sec. Alrighty, server has already started. I can go back here, I can connect it, I can send the request. Okay, I'm getting hi there. Wow. Like, even if that is a binary data, you can directly convert it to a string. That is fine for me. I'm sending hi there, I'm getting hi there. I can even do one thing, like, bro, let's do one thing, add some more message. Adding some more message in the sense, hello, and then add your name, and name percentage yes, and let's simply add this. This is how, okay. Let's get rid of this percentage yes, stringifying it. At least I can concatenate them, both of them. Why can't I use this particular format? What is the problem with this? The problem with this is string has no properties in common with type mask, blah blah blah, allows manipulation formatting. Okay, let's simply concat both of them just like this. Or better could have been key, I'm gonna be using this hello and string and data. Will it work? Yeah, there's high possibility of it working. Let's send it again. This is gonna be the last thing. After that I will be moving ahead. I cannot stuck with only one thing, right? So yeah, I'm getting hi there. I can say Vipendra over here. Vipendra, and I will be just sending the message from here. Hello Vipendra, I'm getting here, and nothing could be better than that. Alrighty, so turns out it is working fine. And lastly, I have to send some specific data. Some specific data in the sense I'll have to even first of all, let me do one thing. WSS is here. WSS dot listening on list and listening. Whenever it is listening, so I can just simply say that CLG web socket server is listening 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 on port. Why am I facing the network issue? Yeah, should not be facing that much when my mobile is actually here. So this is insane. Oh, this network is gonna be crazy. Am I literally facing the network issue right now? This is insane. This buffering will make me crazy, but what can I do now? In order to get rid of this, I hope I will not have to face this buffering thing again. Ah, come on. In order to get rid of this issue, I'll have to keep my mobile here. Let's even do that. Will this work? Probably. Alrighty, let's continue and let's see whether it works or not. So this much is done. The next thing that I actually want to do, I want to connect to my database. Connecting to the database, that simply means that I will have to import Prisma here. So import Prisma. Import Prisma. I don't even have that. So first of all, let's go to package.json here and dev dependencies. In the dependencies section, that is here, I will be getting my @repo/db and workspace everything just like this. Then I'll do one thing and pnpm install everything. Everything is going to be installed. Once everything is installed, then pnpm, just forget about dev right now, just simply come back here, and once you are here right now, you should be able to import it. So Prisma client from @repodb, again that's gonna be in the small form, like in small letters. And once this thing is done, once I have my Prisma over here, and then first of all, this is already async. Once the connection actually gets ready, forget about the name and all. Over here the connection got established. I'm sending this, and what will I be doing? I will be connecting to the database. So const result is gonna be equals to await db dot Prisma. I have to Prisma dot user. I have user dot query find many, and once I got the result, then what? CLG result, as simple as that. The result is gonna be logged result, just like this. And I just hope that I will not get any error, and that is it, nothing else. Especially even when it comes to resulting that, let's do one thing. I will be returning the result. Result will be kind of an array, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that will be type of an array. First of all, let's even check whether I'm getting the result or not. So pnpm dev. Okay, as soon as I web socket is listening on port. Which port? Sorry, message is not complete yet. Port 8080 for now. This is bad, but okay, I'll fix it later. So it is just simply gonna be telling me that, or better, even better, WebSocket is listening on http://localhost, because it is of course listening on localhost right now, localhost and 8080. Okay, for now it is good, not for production, but at least I will be able to just click on that directly. Let's see the HTTP server repo. HTTP server, not HTTP server, rather WebSocket server. This is listening on this particular port. I can come here, I can connect it, and as soon as okay, disconnected, I got an error. And what is the error? The error is simple that SASL scram server test message client password must be a string. Client password must be a string. That simply means that bro, I don't have my environment variable right now. Interesting. Let's do one thing. Inside this WebSocket, I will be creating a .env file here, and once that is here, from my HTTP server, I'll copy it, and I'm gonna be pasting it here. That's bad. Copy this, delete this, paste this, delete this, database URL. Come on, once you have the database URL, then you even need .env if I'm not wrong. Even still I will get the error. Let's check this thing out whether right now I get the error or not. So let's run it again, and I may need .env to be installed here, but I have to check that. Connect it. Okay, I'm getting the error. So that's only one thing, that .env file is not installed here. So cd, I have to cd into WebSocket server, pnpm add .env. This needs to be added, and once it is actually added, then here inside my index.ts file, at the top of this particular file, I'll simply say import .env config, and it should do my job. That simply means I should not be getting the error, but come on, cd few steps back, ls pnpm dev. Let's see. Okay, it started. Let's see whether I get the error or not. That's gonna be interesting thing. Connect it, and it is connected successfully. That means yeah, it is able to just talk to the DB and all, and the result is an empty array. As simple as that. Fine. Alrighty, what is the next thing that we can do? Ultimately, WebSocket connection, I mean Prisma client is working in the WebSocket server as well, inside HTTP server as well, in the web application as well. So first thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, I can do what? The next thing is that I have to use Tailwind CSS, and I have to configure Tailwind CSS properly, right? Because right now the main focus is on the getting the setup ready rather than working on the things. So let's search one thing, Tailwind CSS with turbo repo, just like this. Tailwind CSS turbo repo. There are two things. Either you can run directly this command, pnpm dls create turbo or there, whatever. Ultimately, a setup will be ready for using Tailwind CSS with the turbo repo. But the thing is that because I already have a project. This is the project that I have, so I can't even do that. So what option do I have? I have a guide option. Okay, create a monorepo project, pnpm dls create turbo repo at the latest, already done. Add Tailwind CSS to your application. Follow Tailwind CSS guide to set up a Tailwind CSS to your frontend. Again, I have to go through it. Frontend framework, once completed, you can start working on the blah blah blah. Okay, create a shared Tailwind CSS configuration package. Packages Tailwind config. Inside that, I have to create this. So inside this, I will have to create a Tailwind config, as simple as that. And this Tailwind config will be exported from here. Fine. So let's do that. Why not? So first of all, inside my packages, I'll have to create something called Tailwind config.this. Let's copy this thing from here, and let's come back here inside my packages. Let's create a file, paste it, and Tailwind config / package.json, and enter this, and that is created. Inside this particular thing, what will I be doing? Inside this particular thing, this is the code that I have to paste. As simple as that. Again, I will be explaining. First of all, the name of this is the repo Tailwind config. Again, this is gonna be the configuration of Tailwind. Module is type for sure, private true. Exports, what am I exporting from here? I am exporting two things. I am exporting my post CSS from here, post CSS config.js, and I am exporting a shared style CSS. as simple as that. Let's see exactly how they are going to be used, but overall this is something that we are doing over here. Alrighty, and apart from this particular thing, we have to export a shared style. So inside tailwind config, I will have my shared style.css, shared styles. I don't wanna make any mistake over here, so I'll be just simply copying and pasting the things. So one more file I need, shared css, and inside the shared css, I'm gonna be pasting this. Just paste this over here. What am I doing? Come on. Okay, first of all, I have at their theme blue. Again, this is completely optional whether you wanna have those themes or not. Right now I have them. I can comment this as well. This is not quite needed. The only thing that you need that at their tailwind css. If you know how to work with tailwind, you can customize the things and all. Fine. Okay, so this particular thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, we will have something called post css config.js. This is optional right now. That means I will not have that. If there is something that is optional, even I think post css config is not quite used, so let's skip that. Apart from this particular thing, we have create UI packages. You can now build components to share to your applications. So first of all, you have this tailwind config. Inside that you have all the configuration. Then you will be creating another like components folder. Over there you will have just lots of components, and then you will be exporting those components from here. Okay. So for full visit code at the repo UI package tailwind code, whatever, I'm not gonna be visiting that for now. First of all, inside packages I have to create a UI, and inside that I need to have package.json. It's fine, let's do that. So what will I be doing? Inside my packages, I will just create this, enter this. Okay. Turns out UI was already there. Fine, sorry. Was the UI already there? Sure. Yeah, UI was already there. Do we yeah, in turbo repo we get the UI by default. Okay, let's forget about that. Once we have the UI, then what do we have to do? Once we have the UI, we have to make some changes here. Fine. When it comes to making changes, so I have this package.json over here. First of all, I will be comparing them. I don't wanna just simply copy and paste the things directly, so let's do one thing. I will be creating p.json here just for checking purpose. I will be pasting this thing over here, and once I have pasted them, I will be just keeping them side by side, and then I will be just checking the difference in the code. Okay, so first of all, name export, name @repo UI. This is the package.json that I already had. Version, style, exports. What am I exporting? Exporting everything from source tsx. And what am I doing over here? Styles css, dist is index style, so styles are getting exported. Everything is getting exported from the dist. So over here things are getting exported from the source .tsx, and over here I'm actually building it, right? So build styles, tailwind. So things are going to be built here. Interesting. So inside source you are just, so I will be just using the new one because I have to follow it anyhow. Tailwind input is gonna be, come on. First of all, let's have a look at this. Lint generator, dev dependencies are this, dependencies are this. Okay, close this now, and close this as well, and let's have a look at this. So first of all, I'm exporting the styles from the dist index.css, and after that I'm exporting the JS components ultimately, because inside this I will have those components and all. This is the package file of the UI folder, and inside scripts I have build, tailwind, css, input is gonna be source style.css, output is gonna be this dist index. Over here I will be getting the output. I will even be showing that, and then build components tsc, dev styles, tailwind input. This is for the dev, that is for the production. Style css output, I will be watching it too. That's great. Dev dependency tsc watch, and that is it. Let's use this one only. I mean, of course I'm gonna be using this. I have to follow the documentation. I don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, so inside my div, this was something that I had, and I'll just simply be pasting this thing over here. I already had the UI, so I'm having to make these changes here, but okay, never mind. And apart from this particular thing, once this thing actually got done, then turbo.json, and inside my turbo.json I will have these things. So it depends on build styles, build components, so I will have to add these two things inside that. Extends this So I'll actually have to create a proper turbo.json file for this thing only, for UI only, and this double slash means it is extending the main turbo.json file. Tasks are gonna be this build, depends on this particular thing, build styles, just build components, just dev with dev styles. Again, there are many things that need not to be understood initially, but okay. Turbo.json, let's simply copy it. And once I have my turbo.json files inside my UI, I will have turbo.json just like this. I will simply paste it here, and overall things got done. The most important thing is that at the end of the day it should work. Okay, alrighty, so this thing got done, and apart from this particular thing, styles.css and import tailwind css prefix UI. So whenever I will be using tailwind css classes, at that time I will have to prefix them with the UI. This is quite strange component level styles for the UI packages, but yeah, I'll have to do that. At least I'm gonna be going with this. Later I may change it, it's up to me, but for now I will just simply be going with this thing. So by the way, I will have source, and inside source I will have styles.css. So let's even create this inside UI. So inside UI already have source, and inside source what I need to have, I'm gonna be removing these things from here, and let's even delete this ESLint config. I may have that, not really big problem. I have something called styles.css here, just like this. Once I have styles.css, I will just simply be pasting the code here. Pasting the code in the sense, this is the code that I'm gonna be getting, and they're simply saying that you will have to prefix with the UI. And what is the issue? Expected. Why am I facing this error right now? Let's do one thing. Let's do a quick npm install. UI is present. Repo UI is present. Name, this is how the name should be. This is gonna be crazy, but okay, let's keep going. @repo/UI. Alrighty, let's try to run it again. It's even taking some time to just get the things done, that's okay, but I hope by the time it's done, this particular error will have gone from here. So mainly talking about this error that I have over here, don't know why, but okay, let's see. Alrighty, so this thing done, and after that I have turbo.json file, I have styles. I have package.json, so I can just simply go ahead. Then I can just add these things, npm add the UI tailwind config save dev filter. So @repo UI, I have to add it. @tailwind config, I have to add this. As a dev dependency, filter where @UI filter web. So inside filter and inside web. So ultimately inside this UI, ultimately the UI package that I created, and inside my web application, I have to just simply install these dependencies, these things as a dev dependency. That is fine, I mean not really a big deal. So let's do that. I hope I'm on the, again it hasn't done installing, but never mind. Control Shift V, enter it. Okay, it has done that, and once it has done that, I'm still facing that error. Interesting. Prefix it with this, prefix it with this. Again, I will face the error, so I will have to make it UI, and then I get the error. Not a problem if I remove it. I don't get the error. I'm gonna be keeping it here. I will even find a way to just simply resolve this. Apart from this particular thing, include password source and execute password. No, this. No inputs were found in configured file. TS configured. Include password source. Execute password node modules and list. Let's continue with this. Once this particular thing got done, after that, then configure the files in your application so the styles from the UI are reflected. So inside my apps dev global CSS, I will have to use these two @tailwind config, that is right. Layout.tsx, inside that I will have to use this, and this is of course gonna be optional. And this is how it just simply gets done. That means I'm still having to face the errors. That means there's a lot wrong. Okay. Using Tailwind CSS in Turbo Repo with apps and packages. Start with an example. Let's simply go through some other things too. PNPM direct Turbo Repo example, and turns out I'm gonna be getting stuck with this. Which thing I went through? I mean, I used this just like a month ago or something, but which was the right documentation I'm not aware of. Set up a mono repo, turbo repo, next just Tailwind the CSS. An example file will be created, and I can get it from the GitHub URL too. But at the end of the day, things are not here. I'm gone, seriously. I thought it could have been easier, but I'll have to dig deeper again with these things. I did have a video, yeah. Now let's go through my own video. I did it around a month ago, maybe less than that. Which was the right documentation? Only documentation is the problem. If I find the right documentation, then things are gonna be easy, right? So, Tailwind with a turbo repo. Day 49. It's day 80. Wow, it's been 30 days, more than 30 days actually. And turns out I've forgotten that. I hope this was the last video that I actually did over here on this one. Oh bro, what am I doing here? Post CSS UI. I have Tailwind configure, and I'm still taking the help of AI. Crazy. No, I'm not taking. But kind of I'm using this with the Tailwind thing. These cards are already there. Okay. And at the end of the day it is working, right? Or it is not. Yeah, it is working at the end of the day. But why is it working? How is it working? You know what, last time I just used that example given by default, and this time I am configuring it on my own. That is the main issue, but okay, let's configure it. Don't really have any other way except doing that. Okay, I will be getting the example at the end too, so that's gonna be fine, but let's go ahead with this. So one thing is clear, at least this is gonna work, but that direct example that they are providing that is already working fine, like using this one as only, but here I'm configuring the things on my own, so I have to just believe in the process. I added them. I can go to my web app globus.css and I will be adding these two things, so let's even do that. And why am I getting this error? If I mainly want to get rid of this particular error, then I have to get rid of this. So if I just comment this and just simply say that @import and tailwind css, just like this, should be fine. It does the job. But why am I getting the error over here? Apart from this particular thing, this is simply telling me that first of all mjs, do I need to have this? I don't know. And turbo.json, I need to have this. I created it for myself only. This particular thing, tsconfig file, do I need to have this? I'm not even sure about this thing, but I'll be checking this thing out. The good thing is that UI react library.json, and first of all I will be getting it done later too, so I can go to the top, just here tailwind and this turbo repo template. I can click on this and I will be redirected to a GitHub repository, and I'm gonna be taking the help of this. So inside my packages I have my UI. Inside my UI I have these types of things. So let's do one thing, let's have them side by side and get the things done. Alrighty, so what I can do next, inside my source I have many things over here, and that is a good thing. I have many things, and including those things I have my card, I have gradient, I have styles, I have this, and right now I have only styles. Inside these styles, what I have inside these styles, I have @repo tailwind config, and I have this @repo tailwind config. So how about just simply copying the whole thing from here, Control C, Control V, and I'm still getting that UI error. That is fine. I will be figuring out the region. Alrighty, so this thing is done. Once this thing is actually done, after that inside this I have some other things as well, like turbo logo.tsx. Inside this I just have the logo, and inside UI actually I have even created the card. That's fine. And just after that I have esconfig.mjs. I need to have that. I deleted that. I had that already here. So let's do one thing, Control Z. I'm gonna be having it back. Is there any difference between the current file and the file that I'm actually getting from there? Configure blah 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 @import data. Nothing is difference. Nothing actually changed though. So I will be having that. And once that particular thing is done, after that ESLint is here, package.json. What all do I have inside my package.json? Turns out I actually have many things, so I'll just simply copy and paste it. Will not be making many changes over here, so that it actually works. Again, it is coming from the example, so I don't really need to worry about it. What exactly am I doing here? And do I have the tsconfig file? Yes, I do have the tsconfig file. Let's simply copy it again to over here, and simply check the difference first of all, and see why am I getting that error. First of all, react library.json out dir, only out dir, include source, just build this. So what is the problem? If I actually get rid of this, and I'm not getting I am getting the error. Nice. So build just that still persists. That's fine. I have only one way, that is copy and paste everything turbo.json. Inside my turbo.json I have these things. अरे यार हो जा, copy paste जो भी है. Control C. I will be explaining them later on. First of all, the main thing is that how it actually gets resolved, or it is actually starts working and all. So turbo.json, tsconfig.json done. Okay, and package.json kind of done. ESLint. Okay, so inside source. Let's even go inside source. I have styles.tss, and apart from that particular thing, I'm gonna be having card.tsx, and inside my card.tsx I'm actually gonna have this. So let's simply copy it all so that I have some components as well. And once I have this particular thing here with examples packages UI, Then gradient.tsx, what does this do? Don't know. I can at least create this, and once it is created I will think of the other things. So inside I have card.tsx, I have gradient.tsx, and just I have this particular thing. Again, this is some kind of gradient related stuff. And once I have these two things, I already have styles.css. Turbo logo, don't know what it's gonna be doing, but yeah, let's have that. Control C, and turbo repo logo.tsx. Turbo repo logo.tsx, just like this. What can I do? Alrighty, so as soon as I added what? Just a sec. Few things I changed. What the hell? Control. If I delete this, what will happen? I'm not getting the error. Interesting. If I delete the gradient file from here, I'm not getting the error either. If I delete the card from here, so why was I getting the error earlier? Let's delete all of them. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm getting the error, because there was nothing to export, right? Control Shift Z, and if I click on this right now, there is no error because there is something to export. There is card, and apart from this particular thing, this UI I'm facing the error with this. Okay, so what I can actually do, UI related thing, expected. It's okay, that should not be even a problem, but I can even remove this. But this UI simply tells that you will have to use UI inside this. So if I check the card right now, I must be using UI everywhere, and that I'm already using that UI group and all. So if I actually remove the UI, these things will not work at all. That simply means I need to have that. That's true inside. Crazy thing. Okay, let's have it. Not really big problem. Later I will figure the things out as well. So overall, this is how this UI is actually created. Inside source, I can create many things. I can create components and all. They are gonna be shareable, and that's something good. Actually, really good. Not just something good. So UI is here. Everything else package done. Okay, what is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that actually using them. So let's even check this particular thing, how the things are actually getting done. So overall things I have here, right? How will I be checking the examples on the website? So UI is done, even TypeScript configuration, base.json, all these things I have, don't need to worry about that. Tailwind configuration, inside that I may have to worry about some things. Let's even check the things out. In the sense, I will be checking these files over here. So inside my DB tailwind config, I have two things, package.json, and when it comes to this package.json, so I have these many things. Inside this I have package.json 2, name, tailwind config, version true, MIT, publish config public. Exports, I'm even exporting from here, that I'm not doing here, that's fine. So I'm exporting shared CSS and post CSS. Okay, apart from this particular thing, packages, and then tailwind config. After that I have package.json, I have post.css. What do I have inside this? This is not quite needed if I'm not wrong, optional, that is right. Shared style is gonna be definitely here, and at the theme, and some of the themes I have, they may be getting used, so let me uncomment them. And once I'm done with this, after that I can check this UI thing out again, and whether I'm still getting that error over the yeah, I still have that UI related stuff, but that's not really big problem. Once that thing is done, then almost overall things are done from this side as well. And tailwind configuration, what else can I do? Inside UI I have this, I have this. I have ES linked. Let's check that thing out. I have UI ES linked. I do have. Just a minute, okay. Alright everybody, let's continue. Just let's keep going. And apart from there's a lot actually, yeah. I hope my Google is started like answering the things and all. So right now what I can actually do once all these things are done, and the next thing can actually be examples, package, tailwind config is done. As for ESLint, everything is already defined over there, so no need to worry about that. TypeScript UI done. Inside UI I have these things. I have source. I'm exporting these things and all. Card, gradient, styles. Okay. Inside UI I have this ESLint as well. Do I have that in my main project? Inside UI I have ESLint. Yeah, I do have that. Okay, once this particular thing is done, tailwind configuration, packages, apps, I can go to apps. Inside my apps I have web. Inside my web, first of all, inside my package JSON I have post CSS config. This is completely optional if I'm not wrong. Let's even check this thing out in the documentation. So inside documentation, what they are asking me to do, they are asking me to first of all create this post configuration, and that is completely optional, right? And that's the same thing I'm doing here. Export default post config, shared style, package.json. They're asking me to do these many things. Yeah, this is completely optional. That is really good. I can just work with these two things. Inside my global.css I'm gonna be using these two. So let's copy it. And I think the same thing has been done here as well. Inside their global.css file. Inside global.css file, app, global.css file. They actually have a lot, but ultimately they have these two things. Okay, forget about these things. They have media related stuff, root related stuff, body related stuff, but ultimately they have these two things, right? So I'm gonna be having those two things as well. So inside my web, inside my app, inside my global CSS, I do have many things, and I think these are the designs by default. Do I want to have them by default? Not really, so it doesn't matter what they are. Or okay, they are just simply defining the schema now. Let's have them at the top. Just over here I'm gonna be having them. After that, what is the next thing that I can do? The next thing could be over here inside my layout.tsx I need to import them again. inside my global.css I have to import tailwind css, and I have to import the configuration. Inside layout I have to import the global.css that I'm already doing, and I have to import the UI styles.css. Again, I will be importing the css only from the UI styles.css. That's fine. If I have some of them over there, that's fine. So I can come here inside my layout.tsx. I already had one global, and I'm gonna be having this thing too over here. So this thing actually got done. Apart from this particular thing, I don't really need to do anything else. What else I can actually do, or the thing that I can actually do, that is gonna be inside my page.tsx. I actually have a lot, so I'm actually gonna be copying and pasting the whole thing so that I don't really need to worry about anything at all. And I have the design ready stuff. So inside my page.tsx, I'm actually gonna be adding it all. I hope everything's fine, and that is not actually. Few things at the UI card, that simply means that I do not have a UI card. Okay, UI gradient, at the UI turbo repo logo. So I have to get them here. So that is the first thing that I have to do. So let's have a look at the package.json file, and inside my package.json file, in my dev dependency at the repo UI, this is the first thing that I'm actually getting. So I can go to my package.json just here, inside my dev dependencies. I already have UI. Interesting, if I already have the UI, I don't really need to worry about anything at all. So once thing is done, apart from this particular thing, nothing else is actually needed. That is fine. So let's do one thing. Let's make a quick install. I do need to install Tailwind CSS if I'm not wrong. And do I have the Tailwind CSS here? And Next.js comes with Tailwind CSS, so it must have here. But it turns out that no, that's not the case. Interesting. If it does not have Tailwind CSS, then I will have to import Tailwind CSS. Having said that, it does have that Tailwind CSS, TypeScript, Post CSS. So I will have to do that. Alrighty, let's do one thing. Go here, Tailwind CSS. Apart from this particular thing, do I need to install something or the other? Tailwind CSS. Let's click on this, and let's click on get started. Overall setup is gonna be taking time, and I need to spend time on that. Tailwind CLI, forget about this. Framework guide. That's actually gonna be Next.js. And inside my Next.js I need to install this, so let's simply install it inside my Next.js, and that's the same thing I have to do inside that. Well, this is post css config.mjs. This is completely optional, but I can have that. And Tailwind CSS. Okay, fine. So cd into what? Cd into my web app. Control Shift V and install everything. Sorry, thank you. pnpm install. I could have added them, but okay, I installed them. Alrighty, apart from this particular thing, I need to go to that package.json. I do hope that I have there. So package.json file. And what else do I have here? Do I have Tailwind CSS? I do have the Tailwind CSS, but the version is gonna be different. That is right. I will be installing it here as well, so that at least the versions of the packages, they are the right ones. Turns out it's gonna be taking time or what? I could have added them. Let's see how long it's gonna be taking. Alrighty, this thing got done as well. Let's cd few steps back. Let's cd packages dd not dd ui. Control Shift V. Come on. pnpm. Just add everything. This thing also got done. What is the next thing that I can do? It's troublesome, yeah, too much. How long has been? 1 hour 26 minutes I've been busy doing this. Okay, I gotta stay here for 2 hours anyhow. So this thing is done. What is the next thing? Overall, I'm done with almost all the things. So let's do one thing right now. Inside my packages, I had my UI. Inside my UI, I had my source. Inside my source, I had card and all. Everything CSS was getting exported from here. Getting too much, but okay. Alright, overall things I've done over here, so I can just simply restart it one more time. Let's do that. npm install everything and then run it. npm dev, finally. Ooh. Okay. This has been an insane setup. So WS server is running, HTTP server is running, WebSocket app is running, and there are two things like UI related stuff, components and as well as styles. They are there, and it seems to be done. Right now I can go to my WebSocket and let's see whether I actually get something interesting there. Can't resolve where they tell I installed everything, didn't I? Okay, so I need to have what? Add their tailwind config. Do I have that here? In the main file inside apps and package.json, do I have tailwind config here? Tailwind config, I do have it here. No, that is TypeScript. This is the tailwind config. So it turns out that in the dev dependencies section I do have the, and then the gradient. Okay. WebSocket server, HTTP server, web app. Inside my web app, I have this particular issue, gradient related. But before that, let's do one thing. Gradient is coming from where? Inside my web app page.tsx, I have this gradient related issue. For that thing, I can go here in the dependencies section. I already have the UI, that should not even be a problem, but let's try that thing out. Dependencies, I have the UI. Apart from that particular thing, I need to have that tailwind config CSS. I mean, that's it, nothing else. Apart from it, I kind of have everything. ESLint, TypeScript, Node, React. I have almost the things. Only thing was missing was this. So let's try it. Stop it. npm install everything. npm dev. And if I actually reload the page, okay, it is unable to resolve this one, gradient, and it is getting the gradient from there. Let's check this thing out as well. From UI, actually I'm exporting the gradient. So from UI source gradient, this is actually getting exported. So if I have a look at the package.json file in here, so come on, what am I actually exporting from here? From here, I'm not just simply exporting gradient, rather I'm exporting everything from here. That simply means that gradient should directly come from this. If I click on this gradient, @Sapajou gradient. Is this fine right now? Or whatever I'm getting, that's gonna be gradient. No, it's not gonna be working that way. This way could be fine. So at that UP, just a sec. And this is looking really terrible, yeah. Where is the design and all? My mind is completely, it's hurting right now. I'm gonna be taking a break. I'll be back. I had to give it around 2 hours. And I'll be giving it a half an hour more to just get the whole setup ready. I will get the setup ready. At least overall setup should be ready. Once the setup is ready, everything else is gonna be only business logic and all. So let's catch up after half an hour. Not half an hour, even before that, and then continue from here on.